Questions, please? Tariq has 6 threes last year. He has 6 tonight. You've talked a lot about him getting shots up, practicing hard. Do you expect that, though?
I was sitting there talking to some people after shoot around, and he had a manager rebounding for him. I think he made 16 in a row. So it doesn't surprise me. He's put in just an incredible amount of work. And unlike some guys, when he started to make some, he didn't stop. He stayed in there. And the other guy that's in there all the time is Jay Sean. It's really a pretty good formula. It's too bad. It's too bad we don't have enough guys that can figure that formula out.
How hard are they to defend, though? I mean, they just make so many shots.
They spread you so much. Nader doesn't shoot it like that against anybody other than us, though. It's kind of like everybody. Texas didn't make any shots against Baylor, and didn't score a bunch today against Kansas State, and everybody makes shots against us for some reason.
For a team that handles the ball so well out of the forward position, what's the key to turning that over effectively?
Well, we didn't do a very good job keeping them in front of us enough. When we had them in front of us, we did a pretty good job. I thought our traps were better. We closed traps better. We're not getting as much from running balls down from behind as what we were. We need to do a better job of that.
Coach, kind of off that a little bit, talking about your traps. Considering what he's done throughout the season with more turnovers, is that kind of a significant stat to what your defense did accomplish tonight?
I thought we had more bounce. I told him yesterday I thought it was the best practice we'd had in a long time. We were bouncing around again, and I thought we would come out. Our pressure would be better. It's to a large degree it's an energy thing, and that's why we didn't do a whole lot yesterday in terms of taxing them. It's a fine line because I think we need to run a little bit because to keep our wind. And I maybe haven't ran them enough. I just don't know where that right place is.
Bob, if you don't go that hard yesterday and you kind of challenge your guys after the game on whether or not they're picked off, how do they respond the way they did today? Is it just kind of an ownership that maybe you expected or you received? To really flip the scale of your guys.
Well, when I'm up in the office and I hear balls bounce and I look down and the majority of them are in there early getting shots, and they've got the managers rebounding for them. They're not fooling around. They're taking game shots. It's a pretty good indication that they understand what's supposed to happen.
Coach, in some of the losses this year, Jay Sean has been in foul trouble. I think he picked up his first foul late in the game. I mean, it's night and day compared to his production, being able to pour in this many points, not being in foul trouble.
Yeah. But he made some dumb fouls. You're going to get fouls. I mean, when you play hard, you're going to get fouls. You got to eliminate the dumb fouls. And my dad said to me, when I first started playing for him, he said, "How many fouls you get?" And I said, 5. He goes, "No, you don't. You get 4. 5th one, they set you down." And I'm trying to explain that to Jay Shaw. He thinks he gets 5. You don't get 5. You get 4.
Coach, some of that energy you're talking about, how much of that has to do with the fact that you're getting a healthy roster back, maybe not all the way back yet, but certainly it's coming?
It's got a lot to do with it. I mean, we had guys. I thought, a lot of it is you get winded sooner when you're all keyed up to play, and I thought our guys were emotionally they were ready to go. So we subbed before the 16-minute timeout. That's all the difference in the world. You know, we were kind of trying to piece it together as best we possibly could, but you have to have numbers to play the way that we've been playing the last couple of years. I mean, it's a really good thing because everybody gets to play. I think your camaraderie and esprit de corps and all that's a whole lot better. But at the same time, when you lose guys, it makes it tougher.
That said, what were your thoughts on how Dax looked tonight, bringing him along, and how you think he's looking so far?
He's fine. You know, he was winded, but he's fine.
Jay Sean and Trick were able to get to the basket tonight. How much of that is of Iowa State's defense? Can they do that against some of the better interior defensive teams?
Well, I think they have. They got to the basket against Oklahoma. It's just they were very physical when they got to the rim, and they didn't. None of us did. None of our guys did. They didn't handle the physicality very well. But it's, you know, it's not always allowed to be that way either. You know, it's kind of, and it's like we talked about before. I mean, everybody has their way, their thought of how the game ought to be played, and what their part of it's going to be. It wasn't they didn't get to the rim; they just didn't finish at the rim.
Coach, how tempting is it to keep Tavon in the starting lineup in the sense that you can now bring Holton, Page, Phillip, Macon, Dax off the bench, and it could be almost like a overwhelming kind of effect?
Well, if we keep getting 69 off the bench with those guys, it's probably a good idea. I'm not sure that'll happen, but it'd be nice if it did. I mean, you can't miss whatever Dax missed 3 or 4 games and kind of waltz back in the starting lineup like you're Willis Reed, you know. It's just I've never done that with, and I had great players. I mean, I'm not talking about good players, great players that, you know, they knew they had to practice.
Your ability to rebound, obviously Iowa State's not a great rebounding team, but dominating that category, how key was that?
Well, we got dominated on Saturday, so I think we had some motivation to rebound it better. And I mean, if there was one thing that we probably emphasized, well, there was a few things that, but yesterday was people blocking out, because we just didn't block out the Oklahoma game. Blockouts, and then we wanted to make it hard for their 2 guys that initiate offense to catch the ball.
How important is depth in a game like this where Iowa State starters all had double figures?
That's what's been happening to us. We just haven't had enough guys.
Bob, do you think about Holton and Adrian, or maybe even Dax and Devon? Or is the way it was before when you guys were, you know, whatever it was, 18-3, that was a pretty good formula too, or is it a great problem to have to think about for a couple of days?
I don't know. I thought Nate came in and played well and played with a lot of confidence. And I thought adding John to Tariq and Jay-Sean made that second unit really good. I mean, like, it doesn't matter. I mean, they're all going to play. I guess sometimes it's kind of fun to trot out there on the carpet, start the game, but it's a matter of getting as many minutes as you deserve and capitalizing on those minutes. I just, you know, it's kind of, you want to play more, play better. You know, I told you that a guy came in my office when I was at Akron, was a starting point guard the year before he came in. He said, I could play better if you were more positive. I said, I could be a hell of a lot more positive if you were a better player. I mean, it works both ways. You know, the more, and I've told him that right from the beginning. The better you play, the more you're going to play.
From a strategy standpoint, though, Coach, doesn't it allow you to kind of amp up the pressure at a point where, you know, starting five for them is, already been in the game 3-4 minutes, maybe a little bit winded, now all of a sudden here comes Holcomb.
But that's the philosophy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the philosophy that we've kind of adopted, yeah.
Jay Sean goes 1 of 6 from 3-point range, and obviously last year that would have been a 5-point game for him. Now the way he gets to the basket and takes pull-up jumpers when they put a bigger guy on him, a lot of spots he can score from now. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I was really disappointed in the fact that he didn't use his athleticism a year ago. You know, he just kind of hung out around that line and didn't really use his athleticism. And I mean, that's conversations that he and I have had since he got here, really. But a lot, during the summer. But the practices before we went to the Bahamas and that kind of thing, it was it's like, Coach, what do you want me to do? I want you to attack the rim. And then when people back off of you, then you can shoot the ball. You got to shoot. I told our guys, I told them that whatever timeout it was, when they made a run at us, we make step-in shots. We're not a bad shooting team if we take step-in shots. Our problem is, we're like gymnasts. We're looking for degree of difficulty, and don't have to. I was talking to Tony. I talked to Jerry one time about how did you practice, and he drew a circle around his feet, and you practiced going up and coming down and inside that circle in the same spot. I mean, you never saw Jerry kicking his leg out and throwing his head back and doing all the ignorant stuff that guys do today. And when our balance is good, we shoot the ball okay. We're not great shooters, but we can shoot the ball okay. And we got more step-in shots. Tariq's shots were step-in shots. They weren't off the dribble. We weren't trying to fade him off a screen or anything like that.
What does it say that he gets 6 assists on a night where he's shooting the ball so well from out there as well?
He had the ball a lot. We wanted him to have the ball a lot. Guys that get a bunch of assists all have the ball a lot. Why does Monte Morris have all his assists? Because he has the ball.